Hello my friends and welcome to the RWBY Anime and Games That Is Gizan Zone. Sorry to say the Tengoku Hen review is taking a little bit longer than I originally anticipated. There are various reasons behind that, which I'll get into in the actual review. But for now, let's just say it's going to be a little while longer. Still, in between, I think I should give you guys a little video, so may as well talk about something that I'm really into. Voice acting, which I already went into a lot about how much I love it in my Type That Cast for the Danganronpa series. So, may as well do another Type That Cast segment. If you guys are getting tired of it yet, but I like to talk about it, so whatever. For today though, unlike last time where I was talking about a Japanese property that's getting an English dub, two of them actually, Danganronpa the animation and Absolute Despair Girls. For today, we'll talk about production that was made here in the States that is kind of anime inspired actually, though it uses CGI and it's kind of, it definitely has the anime elements but yeah. We're going to be talking about RWBY today. RWBY is, for those who don't know, started off as a web series on YouTube, and to me it was a really fun series that I enjoyed so much that I ended up buying both of the Blu-rays. It's really it's a show about these hunters, as they're called, who hunt down these kind of grisly-looking monster things that are black and all that, and have weird head things. They mostly compose of wild animals, though I think I see more grizzly bears than anything else, but grizzly bears are cool, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, these hunters basically go out, fight bad guys, fight evil grizzly bears, and they have really damn cool weapons, and yeah, it's a ton of fun, and it's, for those who are a little bit open to a different animation style, I think it looks really damn good. The only thing that it was created by Rooster Teeth, the same guys behind Red vs. Blue, and directed by Monty Oum, who unfortunately very tragically passed away a little bit earlier this year. He was still really young, like only 33 I think, and I think went into some surgery and had an allergic reaction to one of the stimulants and something, I'm not sure. Basically there's trouble during the surgery and he unfortunately passed away on the table, which is really sad. I think he still had a lot to do with, wanted to do a lot more with RWBY, and as they're only like 2 volumes in right now. Still, I do hope that RWBY continues as is, and hopefully to as much of Monty's original vision as possible. Though as fantastic as that, let's put that aside though, one thing that I kind of do have to complain about when it comes to RWBY is the voice acting in the original English track, which, I'll be honest, it wasn't all that great. Not terrible by any means, but it was clear that these actors hadn't really done voice acting a lot before. In fact, just doing a quick search of their IMDb pages, they've only really done maybe Red vs. Blue, and that's about it. Maybe they had more training in theater or something, but the main actresses of RWBY really didn't have that much. They were good, just not great by any means, and hopefully they do improve, but just for me, I prefer more professional voice actors if at all possible, which is why I'm really looking forward to the Japanese dub of RWBY, which, from what I've heard, it has a lot of some of the big names in Japanese voice actresses. Which, yeah, right now they've announced they've only announced the main 4 of RWBY, the RWBY of RWBY, which yeah, I want to just discuss it and give my thoughts on how well they were chosen in this little in my little segment, Type That Cast. So let's take a look, shall we? Let's see. I'll give my thoughts and maybe also Also link them to a character who I think best matches that character, who best matches up with that certain RWBY character, an anime character they've done. So let's just take a look at this. First, for the titular RWBY, we have her being played by Saori Hayami. Hayami is going to be voicing RWBY. I mean, the voice actors of a lot of just like really shy little characters is going to be playing the overly energetic RWBY. Oh dear Christ, this is okay. In all seriousness, Hayami is a really damn good actress. Some of my favorite roles from her include Saki from Eden of the East, Ayase from Ori Imo, and Nikaros from Heaven's Lost Property. But yeah, all three of those characters have been known to be like a little bit on the low key, so trying to play the more energetic RWBY is a little bit of a stretch for me. But at the same time, I have heard her play energetic girl roles like Musubi from Seikie, which she did really well. So, though the character who I see the most being like RWBY that Hayami has played is definitely Hakua from the world only God knows, which yeah, big sight and everything. So that actually matches up pretty well. So good choice there. It's just that Hayami is such a, I don't know how to describe just such a distinguishable voice of her being like this really soft, kind of, I don't know, echoey voice. If you've seen her work, you probably know what I'm talking about, but just, great choice to start things off. Great choice. Okay. So that's the R in RWBY. So let's move on to the W in RWBY, even though that should be a U, but it's a W, so you read it RWBY. Don't ask me about their choices in letters. Let's just talk about the next. The W in RWBY stands for Weiss. Let's see. Weiss will be played by Yoko Hikasa. Oh, I really like Hikasa. She's good. So yeah. For those who don't know, Hikasa is best known for playing characters like Shino from Seitokai no Yakuin Domo, Hoki from Infinite Stratos, and Emi Yusa from The Devil's a Part-Timer, which, yeah, all three of those characters are tsundere, so they're action girl tsundere, which might match up well with Weiss. Yeah, I know that there are some arguments of whether or not Weiss is really a tsundere or not, but just in my little head canon, I do see her as a tsundere, which does match up with her really well. And also, Hikasa has a talent for actually playing a very over-the-top princessy role, like, let's see. Oh yeah, Steph from No Game, No Life. Which is probably the character who I relate the most with Weiss. So yeah, Stephanie and Weiss are probably a lot alike, except for the fact that Weiss is probably 1,000 times more competent than Stephanie, who's everybody's butt monkey. So yeah, personality-wise they're same. Skills-wise, Weiss definitely wins. So I look forward to hearing Hikasa play Weiss. So another good choice there. Let's move on to the B in RWBY, which is Blake. On a side note, I've always had a problem with Blake. For one thing, I'm not a huge fan of her character. Don't hate me for it. But I just never thought that I don't know, she always just seemed like the most boring character to me. Her weapon's kind of just there, as opposed to like some of the really cool weapons, like a sight that turns into a gun, a sword, rapier sword that can like spit out magic, and gloves that shoot fireballs. I don't know. Blake's weapon is basically a throwing dagger and a gun. I've never been a huge fan of that. I've also never been a huge fan of her voice actor either. So for those who have seen the show, I just really think that she has this kind of a voice that doesn't really match up with her general personality and backstory, which is supposed to be more lone wolf-like. So I don't know. She never really matched. I never thought that she matched up because she should have sounded darker, and like in her first appearance, she kind of sounded almost too energetic, too normal for a character like that. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I do hope that maybe the Japanese dub will be able to pick up on that a little bit better. So, who is supposed to play the quiet, lonely Blake? Yu Shimamura. I'm not really familiar with that actress. What has she done before? She's currently playing Haruka Harno from Princess Precure. Kira Flora is going to be playing Blake. Stupid. Oh dear. Oh my good gravy. Woo. Okay. I'm probably being a little bit mean. I'm sure she has more than just a range of playing the energetic lead character who would probably match up better with RWBY than Hayami would, but you could have Kira Flora, the energetic idiot protagonist from Princess Precure, play the dark, edgy Blake who's always in black and Okay. To be fair, she actually does have a decent vocal range. Another role she's probably well known for playing is also Annie from Attack on Titan, where she played the very obvious bad guy, which, yeah. She definitely could drop her octaves to more lower tones and definitely sound, again, very obviously evil. How is it that no one picked up that she was going to turn evil? Again, maybe most of the characters sound evil in your show, then maybe it's hard to notice eventually. But yeah, I'm gonna say an okay casting choice for Blake, which we'll just have to wait and see how she does it. I'm not a huge Blake fan, so I probably won't cry if she gets it wrong. I am, however, a huge fan of Yang from RWBY, who's probably like my, I guess, third or second favorite character. My personal favorite character in RWBY is actually Nora, who has the best personality and the best damn weapon. A hammer that turns into a rocket launcher. How freaking awesome is that, okay? Still, Yang is definitely one of my favorite characters, so who's she going to be played by? Ami Koshimizu. We are not worthy! We are not worthy! We are not worthy! Yeah, So obviously I'm a big Ami Koshimizu fan. For me, she really represents some of the best characters I've seen in female protagonists I've seen in anime. I mean, when I first becoming an otaku, she was the main character of one of my favorite old series, School Rumble, Tenma Tsukamoto. And then as the years went by, she became more well known for playing some more hot-blooded characters, shall we say, including my personal favorite mech pilot, one of my personal favorite mech pilots, if not my absolute favorite mech pilots, or maybe Bar, Kamina, or Simon. She played Callan from Code Geass, which is just awesome. She's one of my favorite units to use in Super Robot Tyson, and probably one of the things that's keeping me playing the Tengoku Hen. So there's that, and of course there's the character she played, one of the most well-known characters she played recently, Ryuko Matoi. So the fact that she's playing one of the biggest badasses in the entire show, who just like can kick 7 kinds of ass, really matches well with Ami Koshimizu, a fantastic choice in my opinion. So yeah, overall I'd say the casting for RWBY so far is really damn good. I look forward to maybe talking about maybe some of the other teams as well, if they do announce them eventually. But for now, for the main team of RWBY, the fact that they have Ami Koshimizu playing one of my favorite characters is proof enough that it's going to be a good dub. I'm just going to say most likely superior to the original English, so really looking forward to maybe I'll even pick up maybe I'll even import the DVDs if I have to. I'm that much of a fan of these actresses, so looking forward to it. In the meantime though, I'll get to talking about the writing up my Tengoku Hen review and getting it out to you guys as soon as possible. If you want to see my other reviews for the Super Robot Tyson series or any other games, you can check out the links. But otherwise, I do hope that Japan is able to help out as much as they can with RWBY. It's been licensed by Japan. It's been licensed by the Warner Bros. Of Japan. So I think it can definitely go far with that kind of advertising. So yeah, I look forward to checking out the Japanese dub, and to all of you guys out there, I look forward to seeing my Tengoku Hen review. Until then, though, farewell for now.